Hello and welcome to another update video about Algorand. Before we start, just want to send greetings to Any Skywalker, one of my subscribers and channel members. You always ask for an Algorand video, so this is for you and greetings. Thanks for always commenting. But yeah, the point here in this video I want to make is that Algorand is still in a difficult position. We don't have a confirmed breakout yet. We don't have a confirmed low in place. Yes, of course, the low could be in place. We have come down far enough that a low of the bear market could be in place, like we assume it for other coins, like for example Ethereum. Yeah, again, I don't assume that for all coins. There are a few selected coins where I think we have a good chance that the bear market low could already be in. For Algorand, I just don't have that confidence. I don't have that confirmation. We just haven't got off the ground far enough, but we have come down far away, close enough to support. And we are in deep support, basically a triple bottom here that we saw, yeah, that it's possible that we are starting to move up. So again, it all comes down to, are you a pullback trader? Are you a long-term investor, short-term investor? Are you a breakout trader? There's so many different strategies. But the point I try to make here is that there is currently no way of saying that an overall bottom has already been made or the low has been made and that we have substantially bottomed out. We are still in this structure here. That you can see on the chart. I mean, you can even see that as some kind of a weird expanding triangle. They're extremely rare, or even some kind of an expanding wedge pattern. So I'm not really a fan of these patterns. Again, as I said it before, there are at the moment at least much more reliable charts. So this is of course a structure we can read, we can do something with it, but it is not a structure that shows us a clear impulse. And that is exactly what you want to see, to determine, for example, trade setups. You want to have a clear impulse and you want to understand that the price is moving into a certain direction. At the moment, all we're doing is consolidating, basically making lows at the same level and making slightly higher highs, but that really doesn't take us anywhere, right? So, there's a couple of things I want to talk about because a few things have changed or developed in the chart that are certainly interesting. Overall, there are two different outcomes here possible very clearly, and the probabilities are very, very close together. So here it is really up or down, but I think it's important to understand what are the key levels that if they get broken, we have a higher chance of breaking up or breaking down. The point here is in yellow, you can see the higher level wave structure, that this here could very well just be a corrective wave 4, which is currently developing here, and that we will afterwards move down in a wave 5, maybe in the region 17 to 20 cents in a 5-wave structure to finish off the bear market low. That would complete a higher level or higher degree wave 2 here. Yeah, this is possible. To do that and to make that more likely, we need to take the previous swing low out. So that would be the 28 cent level. Yeah, and what we should not do, we should not break out of this wedge to the upside. So if we break out of this wedge to the upside, I might be leaning more towards the blue count, but even then it's not confirmed because this structure, I can't ignore this structure. It just looks absolutely, well, shocking actually, shocking, messy. This could be a wave 1, this could be a wave 2. This can't be a 3 and 4. No, this would have to be a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup, and then we would now be in the 3. But then we would need to break here to the upside of the wedge. So basically what you would get a more complex possible impulse, yeah, a 1, 2 setup. Then here we've got the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish over wave 3 there. Don't worry, the proportions aren't very accurate at the moment here. Let me just change that. So yeah, you would have something like that. Yeah, then this wave 3 would move up a little bit. And the first level that we would need to reach, sort of Fibonacci target level, would be the 1.618 extension for the wave 3 in yellow. And that would be here around 51 cents. This is what we would need to reach to make this quite a likely pattern. So on the way to achieving that, we would break out above that ascending trend line. While I'm talking, we actually see the price increase. Yeah, but we haven't broken above the trend line yet. We're just in the pattern still. Yeah, and we are basically just forming here. Well, no, we have broken above the previous high, just about. That is a first indication that things are moving, but we also need to break above the trend line. I think this will be quite a important trend line and that level, depending on how you draw it, but that would be sort of around the 42.5 cent level, maybe 43 cents. Yeah, and we might be doing that while I speak here. But yeah, in this wave 3, we would then get another 5-wave structure to the upside, and then, but still, then we only have 3 waves. I would then still want to see a wave 4, maybe a retest of this pattern, and then a wave 5 to the upside. To the downside, I told you what we need to do, basically just break the previous low, not break above that trend line, and then we are heading down. So at the moment, it's still unclear here. What I can tell you is that we today broke above this yellow line. This is the, one second, is this the 200-day moving average? Let me just double check that. I think it indeed is the 200-day moving average. If we look at the 50, we're already above that, but oh yeah, I remember in the last video we said the 50-day moving average, a bit pointless here, the price didn't really respect it at all. But if we look at the 200-day moving average, we have broken above that today. That is actually quite relevant. If you look at this before here, what happened actually last year, sort of in July, when we broke above the 200-day moving average here, we had a very, very strong rally. So don't underestimate this. And also Algorand was one of the later ones last year that started to move. Yeah, it wasn't really until, let's say, end of August that it really started to kick off. So yeah, it is, while some other coins are moving, Algorand hasn't really moved too much, but it is certainly something of interest. Now, at the moment, we're already pushing into the overbought range on the daily. So I think we could expect a bit of a bounce here from that trend line, but then it could just give it another go and break through. Again, this is the key breakout level, breakthrough level. Let's see how much force the bulls have. But yeah, in this video, you should have learned now that we've broken above the 200-day moving average, broke above the previous wave 1 high. I wouldn't call it substantial break yet. Yeah, we haven't really moved a lot since then. We are below a critical resistance. We talked about that 51 cent level here for the wave 3, absolute key levels that need to be reached to give us more confidence into a possible breakout. But yeah, the possibility is definitely there to break out, but the probabilities are very fair, you know, sort of distributed. You know, it's very similar. Could it go down? Could it go up? At the moment, it's pushing rather to the upside. Yeah, so as you can see here, it looks quite strong, but it did that here as well. Okay, so just be a bit careful here until we have a clearer pattern. Yeah, and that's my update about Algorand. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.